hard work. There is no gospel less popular than the gospel of hard work. Work.
Athens on the wave. That's what we do. Athens on the wave. Athens on the wave. That's what we do.
Have you made your ancestors' sacrifice worthwhile today?
Better than alcohol, man. Yeah, and the funny thing is, if you're trying to stop drinking, you need something better than alcohol. And alcohol's pretty good. So you better find something a lot better, man. Esteemable people do esteemable things. It's like, yeah, well, you want to figure out something that you're doing with your life that's worth not getting drunk and screwing up. You might say, well, why do people drink too much? If you like alcohol, that's a stupid question. Why do people drink too much? Well, because it's great. So why stop? Well, you do stupid things when you're drunk. You hurt yourself. You compromise your health. It's really hard on the people around you. You tend to turn into a liar, and it screws up your life. It's like, yeah, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, well, it is. But you need something better than that. And what's better isn't being straight and not making mistakes. It's like that's all prohibition in some sense. What's better is, no, you need an adventure, man. Alcohol is an interesting drug. Alcohol, it's a hell of a drug. Alcohol, it's a great drug. But the problem is, it's a great drug. No, you need an adventure, man. You need to get out there and have something to do, something worth waking up for. That's the substitute for the addiction. Actually, the addiction is the substitute for that. If truth be known. Alcohol really is a good drug for coping with anxiety. It makes you more extroverted and enthusiastic, more full of positive emotion. And the second thing it does is reduce anxiety. It's a great drug. But the problem is, it's a great drug. For the moment, alcohol is an interesting drug. Alcohol, it's a hell of a drug. Alcohol, it's a great drug. But the problem is, it's a great drug. Alcohol is an interesting drug because it actually doesn't make people stupid.
side of the door and your mind is racing because on the other side of that door, it could be no one. It could be 4 guys with 4 AK-47s. That door you're about to open could be booby-trapped. So once you open it, boom, your legs are gone. There's 1,000 things you think about when you're the first guy, second guy, third guy, getting ready to go in a room and flood it. And that's why I talk about the warrior mentality. And that's why so many people are lost when I start talking. You have the right. You're lucky that you don't have to think like warriors think. You're very privileged. I chose this world to be a warrior. To be a warrior. To be a warrior. I chose this world to be a warrior. And I would choose it again if I came back to this world. The mentality of a warrior is very different than normal mentality. You must be that person on that door, get ready to open it, thinking to yourself, if I die, so be it. The only way you can go in that door is knowing there's a great chance you're gonna die. Like being a SEAL, you train with live ammo. You jump out of an airplane. Everything you do, you could die. To be a warrior, why people don't understand me, I'm glad you don't understand me. Merry Christmas, good on you. Because being a warrior takes a whole different mindset. A whole different mindset to know that there's a great chance I may not be in the military. Like I was in for 21 years. I'm lucky. I'm very lucky that I'm alive, able to talk to you, able to still run. But when you sign up on that dotted line to be a SEAL, your mentality changes. I may not live. You gotta accept that. And that's the mentality you have. And that's what makes you a warrior. If you're scared to die, you're a bad warrior. I chose this world to be a warrior. To be a warrior. To be a warrior. I chose this world to be a warrior. And I would choose it again if I came back to this world. It still works for me in life as far as attacking things. No matter what avenue I choose, I want to be the very best. And the very best may not be I'm number one. The very best is that I leave everything inside of me out there. So attacking is not like, oh, I want to win this or win that or be the best. The best is I'm running against myself in everything I do. And that's what I attack. I attack myself. I'm always questioning myself. I'm always holding myself accountable. Because you know what? At least I look at everything I do now in life, and this sums it up. I hated jumping out of airplanes. I hated shooting guns. I hated the job as a Navy SEAL. But I did it because I wanted to change myself. Everything I do, I'm not really comfortable doing. But if you choose to go that route, to go be a Navy SEAL, you might as well go be the hardest motherfucker in the world. I chose this world to be a warrior. To be a warrior. To be a warrior. I chose this world to be a warrior. And I would choose it again if I came back to this world. Because if you're choosing to do something, you have two routes. You can go there and be a little weak person and get through barely, and that's your reputation. Or you can go through the hardest guy you can possibly be, and that's your reputation. So my whole thing is, if you're gonna choose to open that fucking door in Iraq or Afghanistan, open the motherfucker and go in hard. Because they're gonna remember you by slowly opening it and peeking in. So if you're gonna open it, and you made the mind to open it, don't crack it open. Open the fucking door and go in. That's with life. If you're choosing to do something, attack it. Because they're gonna remember you as not attacking it. So I want to be remembered. You can hate me, but there's one thing you can't say about me. I didn't attack it. So that's the mentality you have. If you're gonna do something, you might as well attack it. Because you can do it anyway.
It's a beautiful day to be alive here at the peak of recorded human civilization.
There is no hope in time. And everything is going to get worse in time. Because, as you know, it does. We all fall apart in the end. Everything falls apart. Institutions, buildings, nations, it all crumbles. And people say, well, that's an awfully pessimistic philosophy. Well, is it? Well, is it? I would rather say that the people who have hope in the future are the miserable people. Because they're like donkeys, chasing carrots that are dangled before their noses from sticks attached to their collars. And they pursue in vain, always hoping that tomorrow will be the great thing. The great thing. The great thing. Always hoping that tomorrow will be the great thing. The great thing. The great thing. And therefore incapable of enjoying themselves today. People who live for the future never get there. Because when their plans mature, they are not there to enjoy them. They're the sort of people who spend their lives saving for their old age and trying to teach their children to do the same thing. Always hoping that tomorrow will be the great thing. The great thing. The great thing. Always hoping that tomorrow will be the great thing. The great thing. The great thing. And therefore incapable of enjoying themselves today. I'd like to tell you about the strangest secret in the world. In the world. In the world. Not long ago, Albert Schweitzer, the great doctor and Nobel Prize winner, was being interviewed in London. And a reporter asked him, "Doctor, what's wrong with men today?" The great doctor was silent a moment, and then he said, "Men simply don't think." And it's about this that I want to talk with you. We live today in a golden age. This is an era that man has looked forward, dreamed of, and worked toward for thousands of years. But since it's here, we pretty well take it for granted. We in America are particularly fortunate to live in the richest land that ever existed on the face of the earth. A land of abundant opportunity for everyone. But do you know what happens? I'd like to tell you about the strangest secret in the world. In the world. In the world. I'd like to tell you about the strangest secret in the world. In the world. In the world. Let's take 100 men who start even at the age of 25. Do you have any idea what will happen to those men by the time they're 65? These 100 men who all start even at the age of 25 believe they're going to be successful. If you asked any one of these men if he wanted to be a success, he'd tell you that he did. And you'd notice that he was eager toward life. That there was a certain sparkle to his eye and erectness to his carriage, and life seemed like a pretty interesting adventure to him. But by the time they're 65, one will be rich. 4 will be financially independent. 5 will still be working. 54 will be broke. 25 make the grade? Why do so many fail? What has happened to the sparkle that was there when they were 25? What's become of the dreams, the hopes, the plans? And why is there such a large disparity between what these men intended to do and what they actually accomplished? I'd like to tell you about the strangest secret in the world. In the world. In the world. I'd like to tell you about the strangest secret in the world. In the world. In the world.
All right, so guys, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Guys, why does it have Null? Why does Null have to tell me this like 5 minutes in? Guys, you guys gotta tell me this shit. You guys gotta tell me this shit. I've been talking and talking and talking and dropping wisdom. I've been dropping wisdom and no one's saying anything. So guys, if you missed all of that, we spun the wheel. We're doing burpees together. The number is 6. That's the number for everyone. Everybody's at different levels. So we created this table so that everybody can participate. So you look at the table. If you're a beginner, you do 6 times 1, you do 6 burpees. If you're intermediate, you do 6 times 2, so you do 12. If you're advanced, you do 6 times 4, you do 24. Hopefully you guys saw my demo. So I gave you 2 demos. I gave you the demo where it's low impact. Everybody should be able to do that, where you're putting your hands on the ground and then you're stepping back into a plank position and stepping back into a squat position and hands above your head. That's the easy version. The advanced version of the burpee is where you're putting your hands down, you're popping your feet back, chest to ground, and then you basically reverse that. So you pop your feet back and then you jump, hands above your head. Some people like to clap. I just throw my hands above my head and that's it. That's a burpee. If you guys want me to demo that again, happy to do it. But the whole idea, man, I can't believe you guys didn't hear anything that I was saying. No. Oh man. It is what it is, guys. All right, so what are we doing here? What is this whole thing about? This whole thing about this live stream is I want you guys to move with me. I want you guys to exercise. I want you guys to oh, look, and our chat is there. All right, guys, everything's coming back together. It's incredible. You miss 1 week of live streaming and everything falls apart. Yikes, yikes. All right, so we're back, guys. All right, so what are we doing? So this is just 2 hours dedicated to you guys. The whole idea is that we'll exercise together. We'll every 7 minutes, when this timer up here goes to 0, we do a set of exercises together. And what exercises? Well, we spin the wheel and we're either doing burpees, push-ups, or squats. And the whole idea is just to move a little bit together, to push your boundary a little bit together. You might think that any one set of exercises is like, whatever, like, wow, I'm doing 20 push-ups. But if you stick around, then you do it, you'll be doing a lot of volume in these 2 hours. You'll be doing, before when we did exclusively push-ups, we were like cranking out like 300 in the session. And that's the idea, guys. So here I'm also like, during these breaks, I want you guys to ask questions. I want you guys to pick my brain on stuff. A lot of people have questions about diet, about how to do more push-ups. I don't have any marriage advice for Kevin. I think putting the pull-up bar in the living room is awesome. You know, I have this community, this 50-day challenge. It's called First 50. People that are doing it are loving it. Some of the ladies there got their pull-up bars and they have them in their living room. And guess what? Here's one tip. If you want to get more involved with, or get your wife involved with pull-ups, let me give you the best tip that you can do. You go to Amazon and you buy these rubber bands. You buy these rubber bands. And what these do is, I'll show you what it looks like.
You could do it two ways. If you have kind of like a dip bar setup, you could hang this rubber band across the dip bar, but the whole idea is that you either want to put your feet or your knees on there, and what the rubber band does, it actually offsets some of the weight. So it makes it easier for you to do dips, it makes it easier for you to do pull-ups, and because it's easier, then your wife can actually be involved and she can actually like doing the push-ups. Like, shout out to the ladies of First 50, but they're cranking away on pull-ups. Like one of our regulars, Steph does the Murph, and the Murph involves her having to do 100 pull-ups, right? And how does she do it? She does it with the rubber bands, and she's loving it, and she's getting stronger. And guess what? They might not be clean, they may not be unassisted, but she's doing them, and by doing them and showing up and being in the arena, she's getting stronger every single week. So she's on the road to doing a unassisted pull-up. Like, she's gonna get there very, very quickly, quicker than you know it. Because guys, like, check this out. Those guys who've been following along, I love this quote. This is one of the best quote. This is one of the best. Guys, ask me for marriage advice. I got you guys. I got you guys. You want dating advice? Some of that might have to be on my premium channel, but I got you. I got experience, guys. All right, so check it out, guys. This is one of my favorite quotes. I made a short out of this, but this is from one of our former presidents, U.S. presidents, for you guys that are international audience. It's Theodore Roosevelt. Basically, this quote, it just says, hey, you want to be the guy, the man in the arena who's fighting the fights. And guess what? You might get dirty. You might get beat up. You might have some setbacks. But, you know, if you're the man in the arena, it's a very fulfilling experience. And you might see glory and you may not. But at least you actually have the experience of fighting the battles versus the critics that are just in the stands that always seem to have an opinion about everything, how you're swinging your mallet, how you're blocking an attack, and how you're throwing a guy with imperfect form. It's the same people that are in my YouTube comments and saying, bro, you're not doing full range of motion, or your technique sucks. It's like, yeah, but I'm doing 3,000 nonstop push-ups. Like, what are you doing, right? There you go. Look, Kevin knows the quote. But guys, this is a very powerful quote. I have a short, I don't know if I can pin things on YouTube. I know I can do it on Instagram, but this quote, very powerful, guys. You want to be the person in the arena, and you guys who are joining the live stream, like you guys that are like exercising with me, you are literally the man and the woman in the arena, and you're getting stronger, you're getting more resilient, and maybe you do know it, but maybe you don't even know it. And guys, for me, it's a Friday evening. There's nothing I would rather do than spend time with you guys, improving myself and helping you guys improve yourselves. And speaking of improving yourselves, it's time for another round of exercises. So let me get on my little command center here and let me spin the wheel. Let's see. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It looks like it's not working right now. I mean, we could, oh, thanks, man. Oh man, look at that, Kevin. Thank you, man. 10 something, all right? I'm gonna give you 10 of something. I'll do 10 pull-ups for you as a thank you. You're the man, Kevin. You the man. Dude, I want to pin this. How do I pin this? You got to pin it. Dude, that's awesome, man. Thanks, Kevin. I will not be buying pizza. Maybe I'll buy a New York strip steak with that, and we'll fuel do hard things. All right, guys. I guess I spun the wheel. I think it came up push-ups. So that's what we're doing, guys. So how many push-ups are we doing? And guys, I'll tell you about diet. I'll talk about my diet. I think Kevin already knows my diet. But check it out, guys. This is a random number. I don't have a fancy screen for it, but I have an app the number is 5. So let me hit my little 5. Bam, right there. Whoops, not that one. This one. Cool. All right. So guys, check it out. Check it out. So the exercise we're doing is push-ups. This is the number for everyone. And so if you're a beginner, all you do is you do 5 times 1, you do 5 push-ups. If you're intermediate, you do 5 times 3, that's 15. If you're expert mode, you do 5 times 5, that's 25. So let me do a quick demo. So I'll bring up my little side camera here. I'll move the angle down a little bit. So I'm gonna show you what a proper push-up looks like, all right? And then I will give you modifications on how you can, we're all at different levels, right? That's the whole idea. We're all at different levels, guys. All right, so check it out. So in the most basic sense, you're holding a plank position. That just means putting your hands roughly below your shoulders, keeping a straight line between your shoulders, kind of your hips and your heels. That's the plank. That's the whole idea. You don't want to sag too much like this. You don't want to bring your hips up too much like that. And generally, people say like you should have your feet a little closer. That's fine. As long as they're not wider than shoulder width, I think you're good. And all it is you just come down. You can hit your chest on the ground if you'd like, but if you get down to roughly 2 or 3 inches, that's acceptable. A lot of push-up, a lot of different organizations, they require you to hit your chest on a little 3-inch type of board or whatever. So that's what they would call the full range of motion. So you can go down and up. Couple of tips. Alignment matters. And so when I do my push-ups, I don't do this. I don't keep them up here because it puts too much stress on my elbows and my shoulders. And I also don't keep my elbows tucked in because that's just a different type of push-up. The wide arm push-up, you're kind of just keeping your hands below your shoulders and you're kind of chicken winging your arms out a little bit. I would say like 10 degrees where like between your lat and your arms is like 10 degrees. And you go down, up, up. If you start doing your set and you get tired, well, all you do is you drop to your knees. I cross my ankles. Here, let me go a little bit more sideways, like that. And I do the same motion, except that I'm on my knees. You go down, up. Notice that my knees are behind my hips. I'm not in a tabletop position because this just becomes something different where you're like engaging more of like the shoulders. You want to keep your knees behind the plane of your hips. I cross my ankles because it just feels better. And then you just go down and up. And then lastly, hey, what's up, EKM? What's up, man? EKM likes to just drive by. He does these little drive-bys where he comes into my live streams and he just goes, psh, 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 what's up? I gotta go. I worked out too much today. Guys, all right, and then the last version of the push-up. And guys, this is totally acceptable. You find a wall. This is my wall. I stand up against it, facing it, and then I take a step back with my feet, and then I just lean into it. That's it. I lean in, out. That's a push-up. There's a guy from the Midwest, 380 pounds. He's like, how do I get started? I'm like, this is how you get started. You literally just do it against the wall. Down, up. That's it. So guys, do your push-ups. I'm gonna give Kevin my 10 pull-ups as an appreciation for his awesome super chat. So let me bring my other camera right here. Bam. Woo! Guys, I've been doing a lot of pull-ups. A lot of push-ups. I've been slacking on my pull-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The only time I really do pull-ups now is during my Murph, my Monday Murphs. Woo! Guys, as you guys are wrapping up, if you wouldn't mind just dropping in the comments saying like, hey, I'm wrapping up my push-ups. That way I know that we can restart the timer and keep the show moving. Dude, have you guys been following this last video that I posted? So basically, I got kicked off the Cocoa Beach Pier. The Cocoa Beach Pier in Florida. I was out there visiting family, and we decided to take a little family trip with my parents and my brother. And when we were out there, I'm like, oh, I haven't done my push-up challenge. And my family's like, oh, you should just do it on the pier. It's gorgeous out here. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm like, are you sure? I was kind of on the fence. But then I said, everybody's recording here, so I shouldn't feel bad about recording. And I said, well, what if I stopping on the pier, but then you look around and everybody's chilling on the pier, because that's what the pier's for. They have benches. Now I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. And so that's what I did. I had this little magnetic holder. It's actually the one that I'm using to hold my phone up. And I had my iPhone and I put that on the railing on the side. So I wasn't taking any space. I didn't have a big, massive tripod. It was literally a phone kind of tucked away in the railing. And then I was on the other side of the railing, as close to the railing. And by the way, this is a pretty wide pier. Like, I think if people locked arms, you could probably fit probably 10 people. Like 10 people locking arms can go like a wall. Like, that's how wide it was. So I'm on one extreme. And then I started doing my push-ups. And I had a bad feeling. I had a bad feeling. I'm like, I'm at someone, I don't know, it was something about some of the employees. I mean, the visitors, they were all cool. Like, the visitors, they were all cool. They were cheering me on. There were people walking by saying, oh, do some push-ups for me. Some people were saying like, hey, do some push-ups for me. There's an old man who stopped who you knew he wanted to get in and do it. Like, people were loving this. People were loving that there was a guy doing push-ups on the pier. Like, it was awesome. Dude, Holly, get out of here. Don't make me hit the button banning you. Just take your stuff elsewhere. Take it elsewhere. Take it elsewhere. All right. No, guys. So you guys see the comment here by Cyberstonk? Yeah, I mean, like, if I was alone, it would have been a different story. But I had my parents. My parents are 70. They're there on the side, and my brother. And I don't want to get them involved in anything. So, you know, I tried to nudge the guy. I was like, hey, just give me 3 minutes. That's it. And you know what? Like the ideal thing where he would have still felt powerful, he should have just been like, oh, you want 3 minutes? All right, I'm gonna come back in 3 minutes. And if you're still here, I'm gonna kick you out. You're banned, right? And then I would have been like, oh, hey, thank you so much, appreciative. In the video, I would have been like, hey guys, I'm at Cocoa Beach Pier. I didn't realize that this was a private pier that's open to the public, but I wasn't breaking any of the rules, any of the stated rules. I didn't break any of the rules that were in the on the website, but it turns out it's private. They can do whatever they want. I appreciate them letting me finish the push-ups. Like, that's exactly how it would have gone. But instead, they got a video that has 900,000 views across my TikTok and my YouTube and my Instagram. It's got almost 1 million views in 48 hours, 72 hours now. So that's not a good outcome. And then the general manager, he ended up deleting his LinkedIn. It was there because I saw it before I have it. It's on my phone. I got the screenshots. I have it. I know exactly what his LinkedIn said. And then I checked yesterday and it was gone. So he deleted it. I think he felt the pressure. I don't know if people are reaching out to him. I don't know, but he ended up taking it down. he did claim that he was a social media expert, and he's been an expert for, or did he say expert or specialist? Hold on. Let me tell you exactly what it said, because he took it down, but I have the screenshots. So what is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is like Facebook for professionals. People put their work experience, the schools that they went to. So think of it like a resume, and people use it to connect, to link in with other people. A lot of schools, if you're in school, like a lot of colleges will tell you, oh, it's good to create a LinkedIn because then you can apply for jobs, this and that. But check it out. He was a social media specialist for at least 10 years. He says that that the account, the Cocoa Beach account has a reach of 200,000. All right, guys, so their social media account, this is the claim that he's making, and he's trying to brag about it. He's saying, I've reached 200,000 people. He's reached 200,000 people over the span of the life of that account. We got 4 times as many views on one video because of this interaction. It's crazy, man. It was, in my opinion, it was handled very poorly. And guys, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't put out there that I might put out there. I don't want to be a dick about it. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. No one has reached out to me. No one has tried to make it right. But guys, they sent a big ass dude, 6'4", 250 pounds, to escort us off the premise. Like literally, this interaction, the one that you see in the video, he just said like, hey guys, you can't do that here. Then he sent his muscle, and his muscle said, hey, you can't be here. Private property, you gotta get out. And he was like ushering us along. Like I was trying to gather my things. He's like, hey, let's go. Like he wasn't overly rude, but he wasn't overly nice either. But the part that kills me is that my mom, she's like 5'1", she's 70 years old, and she's getting escorted out by this gorilla of a man. Like I felt bad for my mom. I felt really bad for my mom, and I think these fuckers, they need to apologize. Like, if they don't want to apologize to me, they gotta apologize to my mom, because that's fucking bullshit, man. That's fucking bullshit. That's the part of me that I'm a little emotionally charged because of that. Because if it was just me, it would have been a different outcome. I would have literally told the guy, I would have been like, hey, like, call the cops. Think about it. You're gonna call the cops. It's gonna take 20 minutes for them to get here. By the time I'm already done, I would have probably like schmoozed my way into having him let me finish. But because I was with my parents, I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not worth fighting that fight. All right, guys, here we go. We're doing another round of exercises. All right, so I think our wheel is broken. Oh man, all right, what does it say? I guess we're doing squats, guys. We're doing squats. It kind of works out because we did burpees, push-ups. That's yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy world we live in. And by the way, like, do they deserve, like, I don't want any ill will towards anyone. I'll put that out on the record. I don't want any ill will. I don't want anybody to go do anything stupid. I don't want anyone to do anything illegal on my behalf in protest or anything like that. I'll put that here on the record. I haven't asked for that. I haven't fueled any of the initiatives that are going on right now. That's it. But at the same time, you know, they're a private entity. They can do whatever they want on their private property. But then, you know, I also have the voice of the customer, and I can share my experience. I can share my experience for informational purposes for anyone that wants to make a decision whether they want to patronize the Cocoa Beach Pier. Like, that's it. I think there's a way out of this. I think there's a way where they can pick up the phone, they can reach out to me, and guys, like, you guys already know me. You guys have known me for at least half a year now, some of you, maybe even more. But guys, it's like, I'm pretty reasonable. And I think there's a way to turn this negative into a positive. Like, first of all, they gotta apologize to my mom. Like, that's a non-negotiable. They got to apologize, and they have to mean it. And I don't know what form that takes. I don't know if this guy picks up the phone and says, hey, I fucked up. I had a very bad day. This is what was going on that day. He could tell me like, oh, I just had a flash mob show up yesterday, and I'm just super sensitive to anyone coming and doing stuff. All right, cool. That's at least a little bit of context, right? They need to apologize. And then number two is like, we can turn this into a positive marketing thing. Well, maybe they let me organize a push-up takeover at the pier. Or maybe they rent me a Sprinter van where I drive from LA all the way to Florida, and I just do push-ups across the country, and I will end that journey at the Cocoa Beach Pier with as many people that want to come and do push-ups with me. That's a way to turn a very bad situation, a very negative, negatively, I don't even know what fancy words to use, but just something that impacts them in a very negative way, and turn it into a very positive thing that's actually good for the pier. Let's this guy thinks in terms of stonks. He's all about buying the equity, doing a hostile takeover of the pier. All right, guys, hold on. We're here to exercise. This is what squats look like. All right, so let me give you some squats. And by the way, Stephanie, I saw your comments. Stephanie is a little warrior. I was talking about Stephanie earlier, how you do a bunch of supported pull-ups as part of the Murph. So you do at least 100. You can do at least 100. And she actually showed up here in real life to my in real life plank. And guys, she's been like showing up, not every week, shame on you. But she shows up enough that her times are getting a lot better. She's been able to hold a 32-minute straight arm plank, where in the beginning she held a 2 minute 30 second. I have this guy's LinkedIn right here. The fucker deleted it. Dude, I don't know why he deleted it. I don't know why. I don't know if people started reaching out, or because he's a social media specialist for 10 years that he saw what was coming and he was trying to take his digital footprint off the internet. I don't know. Or maybe they're going to try to reach out to me in a legal way. I wouldn't put it past them if they're going to send me some sort of legal letter or something. I don't know what's going on. Usually when they hit you with like a legal thing, they get all their ducks in a row. They have everybody kind of take down their profiles, kind of scrub the internet, and then they kind of hit you with like a takedown order or something like that. But it's cool, man. They probably fucked with the wrong guy. Like I got lawyer buddies. I've operated businesses. I've been the right hand to two CEOs now. Like I don't want to make a big deal of it, but if they want to fuck with me, it's like sure. But I think you guys are in the wrong, and we can make it very right. There's probably someone out there, maybe some intern that they have watching this. Hey, so Cocoa Beach Pier, like I'm a pretty reasonable person. You guys feel free to reach out to me. We can talk, whatever. But you guys need to apologize to my mom. All right, guys. So how many squats are we doing? I don't know what that sound was. I think it was a sub. Cease and desist is coming. Yeah, maybe, but it's a private pier that's open to the public, and I wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary, and I wasn't breaking any of the stated rules. They're within their rights to say, hey, you're now trespassing, you're out. But everything that I did within that, before that, I was within compliance. In fact, you know what's pretty funny? I went to the website, looked up the rules. One of the rules is you can't sit on the railings for safety purposes. But if you go to their Instagram page, there's like hot chicks that are sitting on the railings and they're posting those pictures. So they're clearly violating their own stated rules, and they're glorifying taking vanity pictures on the pier. But when someone like me does it, and by the way, I don't like using the race card at all, but my mom, like one of the first things she said to me was like, hey, do you think because we look like we look like immigrants that they did that? Like, I'm not saying that was the case, but for my mom to have that feeling after that altercation, that's a fucked up feeling, man. Like, these guys are in the hospitality space. This guy, his LinkedIn here, check it out. He's in the hospitality industry. What's the hospitality industry all about? It's about the customer. It's about the customer having a positive experience. That was not a very positive experience, man. And I thought I was a pretty reasonable person. That interaction, I don't think I was being a dick. And again, I was very considerate leading up to that point. Anyway, we're here to exercise. All right, so we are doing 7. 7's our number. 7 is our number. All right, so check it out, guys. So we're doing squats. We are doing 7 times 2, 14 if you're a beginner, 7 times 5, 35 if you're intermediate, and if you're advanced like Steph and Robbie the Rebel Rouser. I forget what we call you now. You have so many nicknames. Rowdy Robbie. You do. I didn't break any rules, man. I'm pretty sure I didn't break any rules. 7 times 10, 70. All right, so what's a squat? Let me walk you through that real quick. All right, so this is my little camera. All right, so these are the tips that I use for squats. Air squats, you don't need anything fancy. If you want to put some weight on your shoulders, you can do that. You can put some dumbbells, kind of, well, we won't even talk about that. But basically, what you want to do is you want to have your feet kind of pointing a little bit out. You want your knees to move in the direction of your toes. You don't want to have your toes in and your knees moving out, because that just puts a lot of stress in wrong places. So you want to have your feet about shoulder width apart. You want to turn your feet out a little bit, and then you want to kind of like come down to like 90 degrees. You want to keep your chest up as much as possible. So you don't want to be bending over and doing squats like this. You want to keep your chest up, almost like you're sliding on a wall. And everybody has different levels of mobility, right? So you got to come down and up, down and up. That's it. That's an air squat. I'll show you the side view here. So you go down, up. I'll show you the back view for all the ladies. You go down, you go up. And then I'm gonna give you a pro tip here. Here's a tip. If you're having issues with mobility, if you're having issues with going down, all the way down, try to find like some coasters, nothing that's too high, nothing that's too narrow. Sometimes you could just use free weights. And what you do is you just put them behind your heels, like so. And so you're kind of stepping on these little coasters with your heels. And by doing so, and if you keep all your weight on your heels, very, very little weight on your toes and the ball of your foot, then you can actually go a lot further down. Like, I can't do this without the coasters, right? This is basically the Asian squat. And then you go back up. A lot of people use this tip when they're squatting heavy weight at the gym. It's It's just an old technique that works.
A lot of people can live with themselves.
All right, that's it, guys. So I'll give you a little time to get your squats in.
That's the first thing. A lot of people can live with themselves, look in the mirror and say, "I'm scared of being afraid."
I see you, man. I see you.
Over here.
I see you, Robbie.
All these fucking signs.
No, on this pier, there's a lot of snowbirds. I think they call them snowbirds. So it's when it gets cold in other places, people flock to Florida, and they all tend to, they all tend to be like older white people. But dude, it's like the people that we were meeting, they were cool. Like, I didn't feel the discrimination, but my mom did feel yeah, it's just not a good experience, man. But it's sad that someone can walk away from that. And by the way, this is another part that kind of boils my blood. It's like I get to spend time with this group of family twice a year. I was out there for 6 days. I think it was 6 days, 6 or 7 days. But my brother only really had 1 day off from work. And guess what we chose to do on that one day? We went to the Cocoa Beach Pier to hang out and catch up. And you guys saw how that went. So yeah, it's like people are saying, aren't you going a little hard on the property? And I'm like, yeah, but actions have consequences too. It's like I get to spend time twice a year with these people, and it's kind of fucked up that the one day that's quality time day, you go to a place that's supposed to be a good place to hang out and catch up and take in the scenes, and this is the experience. It just doesn't feel good. If I was by myself, again, it's a different story, but it just doesn't feel good. Cyber, would you ever consider doing at-home live stream with multiple people in the background that you employ, kind of like Peloton vibes? Yeah. I think I need to talk to my tax guy, but I think I can write off a lot of this because it's work-related, and I mean, you guys are seeing it. It is work-related, but there's limitations in terms of how much you can write off in terms of either like your mortgage or your rent. I think it's a percentage, and then anything that goes beyond that, it kind of gets flagged and you'll probably get audited. If you say like, oh, I'm using 100% of my house for business purposes, they're gonna be like, let's see the receipts. So I know like you gotta be careful with that type of stuff. But yeah, we're becoming more and more official. I mean, we're technically a business. I got some people that are very good in my corner. You guys saw I was recently on a podcast, so if you haven't checked out that podcast, give it a listen. I was on a podcast called CEO in Motion. The guy is a very successful CEO. He's also the CMO, like the head marketing guy of Hive Water. It's like a White Claw, but honey-based. They're blowing up. It's a good product. Yeah, guys, and we're starting to talk to more people. But it's so there's like the business side. There's definitely the business side of Do Hard Things, and the business side is picking up because I do want to make this a more sustainable thing. Because at the end of the day, I care about reaching as many people as possible, and the only way you can really reach as many people as possible is to have a good sense of what your vision is, and then actually put efforts in place to do it, right? And so that's what we're doing. I have a sponsor that's helping me out, not just with like the monetary, which is good, and it helps kind of pay the bills, and also with like the super chats and the ad revenue and stuff like that. It helps me kind of like literally like keep the lights on. I'll answer your question right now, Robbie. You should ask Dana White. Or you should ask Dana White what he thinks about Peloton. Yeah, I should talk to Liquid Death. No, you know who's been really good? These guys right here. Devil Dog, they just reached out to me. They're like, hey, we'd love to send you some stuff. Love what you're doing. Keep it up. And so I started wearing their stuff. I started tagging them on videos. They're resharing my stuff. So they're big fans of what we're doing. They reshare a lot of my burpee challenges. They reshare a lot of they shared that incident that happened on Cocoa Beach. They're like, yeah, we're gonna share this. Because I was wearing this hat, actually, Devil Dog jeans. And I might be a little biased, but I like their product, and they're very like pro-America. The shirts are really soft. The pants that they sent me, I took them to Florida. They were very nice. They sent me another little care package. It actually arrived yesterday. I got like a belt now. I got some socks. I got some shorts. I got another shirt, a black shirt. It's awesome. Yeah, that Florida experience was crazy. Apparently, someone sent this video to RFK. This guy who, I looked at his profile, he seems to be a top dog. He's like a managing director of a fund. He's like an investor. And he's like, yeah, I sent this to RFK. And he's gonna reach out to the pier and the management company. And I don't know if he said Parks and Rec, but that's how it logged in my head, basically like the city about this, because it's silly. So I don't know, guys, maybe this is gonna go a little bit more national. I hope it does. I hope it does, because why? Because I feel like we have a culture problem, and I feel like there's certain things that we should be glorifying, but we don't, right? We glorify the wrong things, and we chastise, like there's actually a human out there that says you can't do push-ups on the pier. Like, you should be celebrating that. Like, make America healthy again. Like, everybody needs to participate in that. And so, yeah, man, it's not that I'm in the business of canceling businesses. I've never been a cancel culture type of person, but we need to bring attention to things like this so that they just don't happen again. And so that someone else's Mexican, 70-year-old Mexican mom, maybe Robbie, you know? I don't know. So it doesn't happen to them. And you know, I believe in free market forces. It's like, great, you make decisions. You're a private entity. You're free to make those decisions. But those decisions should go into the marketplace, and people should decide on that information. Maybe some people decide not to patronize you guys. Well, I'm just providing the information on the facts of my experience. That's it. Oh, your mom's only 50. I forget that I'm a little older than you, Robbie. All right, guys. Sorry. We're doing a lot more talking and we're doing a lot less exercising this time around. Yikes. I know. I just got a lot to say. I got a lot to say today. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, there's so much going on, man. I might actually take a little bit of a road trip. And I might do some push-up meetups. I think I'm doing a collaboration in Arizona with a guy who has a pretty big following, like 900,000 followers, and he's like big on fitness, big on business. So I think I might swing by, do a collab with him, and then I'm supposed to go to Mardi Gras in St. Louis early March. This is why I thought it'd be great if Cocoa Beach Pier wanted to sponsor my road trip. I could keep on going all the way to Florida and have a big sanctioned push-up event. No, Robbie, what's I saw some of your posts. I don't know what you're talking about now, though. Let me take a quick look. Guys, he wants me to check our little community called school.com. Uh-oh. Someone texted me saying that the sound is out. Can you guys hear me? Somebody in the chat, let me know. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can you guys let me know? Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. No, I got a text from someone saying that that the sound cut off. See, man, people care. People care. I love it. Hey, thank you for the text. Oh man, guys, there's so much going on. There's so little time. But this is why the philosophy, do hard things, it applies to everything in life. It's like you show up every day, you push the boundary on whatever projects and objectives you have, you push it just a little bit, show up every day. It's like you guys see me with my push-up videos, right? Like every day I have to put these videos out, and every single time I'm like, well, I could just do what I did yesterday, but I like to add a little something, and I just add a little something, and I just do one little change, and before you know it, 52 days later, like my videos are pretty good. They're pretty good. Not everything works. Some things do not work. Like there was a kid who wrote something on YouTube, and he was like, yeah, that wow effect was so unnecessary, but it was a win. Like he's like, the video was W, but you didn't need to do that whole wow introduction. I thought it was cute. Yeah, Robbie. Yeah, I saw your post. I thought I liked it. Did I not like it? Yeah, man, you had a pretty bad week there, and you came out stronger. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I liked it. Here, you want me to add something here? I'm gonna give you a I'm gonna give you a comment with a little flex emoji. Yeah, the same one that Steph just put. There you go. Oh, I just realized something. The person who texted me just started watching the live stream, but from the very beginning. And I did have 5 minutes of problems in the beginning. Pícale el botón live. Yes, you just heard me speak Spanish. All right, guys. Exercise time. We're gonna bring our little wheel. I think it already spun it for us. I think it's spinning it every time I refresh it. All right, push-ups, guys. Push-ups. We're doing push-ups. All right, let me just pick the random number right now, real quick. All right, this is a random number. It's 5, so you guys know the drill. So guys, if you're an expert, just start. You guys already know what push-ups are. So you're doing 5 times 5, 25. If you're a beginner, you do 5 times 1, that's 5. If you're intermediate, you do 5 times 3, that's 15. So we got a little something for everyone. And I'm just gonna do a very quick demo for anyone who's popped in the last little minute here. I just looked at my users, man. We're like a small crew today. It's all good though. It's all good, guys. I think there were a lot of people that were curious who this guy is that has a viral video. And maybe they're not ready to exercise with us this time. But maybe they'll be ready to exercise with us next time. All right, guys, so what is a wide arm push-up? Wide arm push-up is you have your hands kind of outside your shoulders. What I mean is like if you draw a string, let it hang down below, your hands are kind of just positioned right here, right here. You hold a plank position, which is nothing more than having a straight line between your shoulders, your hips, and your heels. Once you have that, you come down, you go all the way back up. That's what they say is full range of motion. If you're doing your push-ups and you get tired, you put your knees down, you cross your ankles, and you kind of, you know, it's like you're humping the ground. I just want you to have that visual. You're kind of humping the ground because you don't want to be like this in a tabletop position. You want to be kind of like this, where they say your knees are behind your hips. And then you just finish your push-ups like this. And if you get tired doing them on your knees, you can do them up against a wall like this. So what does that mean? This is a wall. I'm putting my face against the wall. So you literally put your hands on the wall, take a step back with your feet, and then you kind of just lean into it, push back out, lean in and out. Those are standing push-ups. Those are 1,000% acceptable. I had a guy from the Midwest who 380 pounds. And he's like, I can't do a push-up. I'm like, yeah, you can. And that's what he did. Guys, this is, dude, my phone has been blowing up with all these notifications. It's like around the clock. The little indicator is always on. And I think, yeah, dude, Robbie, our moderator, he's like living the do hard things lifestyle. He's been doing the Murphs on Mondays. He's been increasing his volume on a lot of the calisthenic stuff that he does. He hasn't done the 5x30, but if you guys know what the 5x30 is, if you know, you know. If you know, you know, guys. Oh. But a lot of people in the community, they're starting their fitness journey. They hit these walls. They have a lot of excitement. This is the way the curve goes, right? They have a lot of excitement for like 3 or 4 days, and then they start feeling sore. And then because they're feeling sore, they start not feeling as good. And then they come to a point where they're like questioning, like, hey, why did I do this? But what I have everybody do before they start the challenge is that they have to write their purpose. They have to write their why. They have to write why they're doing this in the first place. And they have to have a visual reminder of why they're doing it, because they're gonna be hitting walls. And when they hit walls, you gotta immediately say like, oh, I'm doing this for my kids. Oh, I'm doing this because I want a summer body and that's gonna come up in no time. Or, oh, I wanna lose 20 pounds and I wanna get there before my high school reunion, or whatever. Everybody has different reasons for why they're doing it. Or I just don't wanna be a piece of shit anymore. Like, everybody has a reason for doing it. And so, yeah, that's kind of the arc. And then people eventually find their rhythm. And then after 50 days, they have momentum in their lives. And that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, that's right, Robbie. Oh, man. Sorry, man. I wish I would have had the first 50 plus module ready for you. I forgot that you started early. I'm going to have it ready for all the other people that are part of the January 10th cohort. So we're on day 43, I believe. So a week from now, I'll have that module ready for anyone that wants to do it. But we're just going to build off the fundamentals. We're going to build off the fundamentals. We're going to layer on a few more things. But yeah, man, everybody who's actually taken the first 50 challenge seriously, you guys are crushing it, man. Yo, we haven't had Robbie and Tay-Tay in a room in a long time. This is awesome. This is awesome. Tay-Tay, you got to give us an update on what's up. Tay-Tay broke her foot and then stuff happened, but she's one of the OGs. And then at one point, her friends took over her phone and they started trolling me. They started, you remember that, Tay? Your friends were trolling me, telling me that bad things were happening in your life, and it was just them stealing your phone. Let's see, usually before I do the live stream, I get a little pen and paper and I jot down some ideas of like things that I want to talk about. I didn't do it this time. I just feel like there's so much, but while we're waiting for this counter to hit 0, let me talk about a few things. Let me talk about this challenge that I'm doing again. So I'm doing a big push-up challenge. It's gonna go viral, potentially mega viral. I'm gonna be doing a lot of push-ups this year, and it's gonna be awesome. And part of it is just like I want to show people what daily dedication looks like and what we're all very capable of doing. So it's I'll be doing 1/3 of a million push-ups this year in a very progressive overload type of fashion, where I'm adding 5 additional push-ups every day of the year. So you see a lot of content. I created a different account. This one doesn't have a lot of followers, but I wanted to keep all those videos in one place on one page so that anybody that wants to follow, they can literally go like day 365, day 364, 63, 62, blah, 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 all the way down. That's the idea there. But like I said, that curve is kind of crazy, where this challenge just gets progressively harder. We're gonna, starting in, I wanna say, let's do the math here. 5 every day. I'm gonna get to 1,000 on day 200. So that's roughly in July, the beginning of July. So starting in the beginning of July, I'm gonna be doing at least 1,000 nonstop push-ups every fucking day. Starting in July. I hope you appreciate that. I hope you appreciate that. It's gonna get wild. And then I'm also doing this challenge. I'm doing 1 additional burpee for every day of the year. So day 52, I gotta do 52 burpees. I haven't done them just yet. So after this live stream, I'm gonna go outside, I'll film it, and then I'll come back, I'll edit it. The whole process will take like an hour for me to do. But every day I add 1 more burpee. And we're gonna get to day 365, where I'll be doing 365 burpees. This challenge, I'm not necessarily doing them in one session. I just told myself as long as I do them within the day, like between when I wake up and I go to sleep. But so far I've been doing them in one session and it's been fine. I mean, I'm huffing and puffing when I'm done, but it hasn't felt like it's unachievable. And then this here, this is the community that we're talking about. So we have about 80 people in here, but to be honest, there's like more like 10 people who are like super active. But we have people that are taking this 50-day challenge. Everybody who's part of that active group is leveling up. They're all getting fitter. They're getting more momentum. They're getting the discipline. The people that are actually following the program as it's built. And we're doing just fundamentals, guys. All we're doing is we're choosing a diet, sticking to it. We're drinking our required water because most people in America are severely dehydrated. We are working out 50 minutes a day, and then we're getting outdoors for 25 for exercise every single day. That's it. That's why I say 200 tasks, 50 days to launch your discipline. This is how we build discipline. It's just working on the fundamentals and just doing them day after day after day. And this whole community is just kind of like a support group. We got discussion. People that have questions about diet or what kind of workouts to do, we kind of jump in and we help kind of answer those questions. And then you also get a weekly call with me where it's just like a Zoom call or a Google Hangout where we go around the room and kind of answer questions, help you guys with either like the motivation piece of it or with kind of like some coaching. So that's what we do. And it's $10 a month, but there is a 7-day trial, so you can just come in, check it out. If you feel it's going to be good for you, if you like what you see there, then, you know, stick around. It's not for everybody, but I've done everything. I've done 75 hard. I've done so many programs out there, and I will tell you, there's nothing better than just to focus on the fundamentals. That's it. I could charge you $100 an hour to train with you, but doing that once or twice is not going to make a sustainable difference in your life. What's going to make a sustainable difference in your life is you putting in the work every single day and getting after it. Like, that's the only thing. There's a person that's in this community who gave me a call. She's like, hey, Rich, I have to talk to you. I'm like, yeah, sure. 21 days in, she's like, I've paid thousands of dollars to personal trainers and I haven't gotten the results that I did with 21 days of a free program. I'm like, awesome, let's make a commercial. She's actually gonna do a testimonial for me. All right, check it out, guys. So it's exercise time. This is our exercise wheel. The wheel's kind of crazy today. It's making a lot of noise, but we're doing squats, guys. How many squats are we doing? Well, let me bring up my random number generator. 6. Yo, Johnny, what's up, man? What's badass? What part of this? Joe Rogan here in the corner, the wheel of gain. Fire.cx, my sponsor, right up here. I'll give him a plug later. What, Devil Dog sending me gear? What, the community? People like Robbie, people like Steph, who's in the chat as well, who are just crushing it in the first 50 challenge. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate you. Let's see. So let me bring up this little splash screen here. So guys, the way this works is this is the collective number right here, the number 6. All right, and so we're all at different levels. Before, I used to push people really hard, but I realized that everybody's at different levels, and that's okay. Everybody's welcome here. So if you're a beginner, you're gonna do 6 times 2, 12 squats. If you're intermediate, you're gonna do 30. If you're advanced like Steph, you're gonna do 60. All right, and I'm just gonna give you a quick demo before I set you off. Set you off, that's a weird way of saying it. That is a weird freaking way of saying that. Oh, all right, so check it out, guys, check it out. So this is what we call air squats. They're called air squats because you really don't need anything. You don't need a barbell, you don't need weight on your back, it's just your body weight. And so, the air squat, you kind of have your feet at shoulder width apart. That just means that if I dangle something like my sledgehammer here and I just hold it from my shoulder, basically where it drops, bam, that's what I mean by shoulder width apart, right? So you want to keep your feet kind of shoulder width apart. You want your toes kind of pointing out in the direction of your knee movement, because if you have your toes pigeon-toed in and you're trying to move your knees out, it just puts a lot of unnecessary stress. So you kind of want to have them out. I actually like to have my feet a little bit wider just because of my mobility. And then you basically just go down, try to show your Superman S to the world, Superwoman S, your bat signal, whatever, your Catwoman, whatever. You just go down, try to get to 90 degrees. Not everybody can do that. And then you go up, down, up. All right, here's the side view for the fellas. Here's the back view for the ladies. Down, up, again, side view, bam, bam. And that's it, guys. If you want a more advanced version, I know some people are always like, well, these are just too easy. I don't think they're too easy. But if you need a more advanced version of it, you could actually jump and make it dynamic. So what that would look like is when you're down here, you kind of throw your hands back and you give a little hop, whoop, and you land. But make sure you land very softly. Make sure you land with your knees not locked out where they're bent like this. Because when you land like this, your legs actually absorb a lot of your body weight versus just like banging your joints. So if you want the dynamic version, jump, land, And if you want to make it harder, you jump higher. That's it. That's it. That is all. So let me know in the chat, like as you guys are wrapping up your squats. Oh yeah, set me up. Oh yeah. Yeah. Dude, you haven't seen the gladiator helmet? I wore it. Somebody super chatted me. No, you know what it was? There was this guy, Alpha Soul. This guy from India who's been calling in. He's 14 from India. He's been calling in for my push-up live stream on Instagram. And that's where we divide the screen where I'm up top and people basically FaceTime me. It's really cool. And the rules are just like, hey, you do one set of push-ups with me. And shout out to Steph who hit a personal best. She hit a personal best of, check this out, 60. Our Steph, who's here in the chat, SL, she hit one set of 60 push-ups. Guys, she's been getting stronger. And Robbie's been getting faster. He's done with his push-ups. All right, we're gonna restart the timer. But guys, so anyway, I was talking about the gladiator helmet. So this guy, Alpha Soul, like, I think he's a little shy because the first time he called, he's like, he looked a little nervous, and then he hit a personal best. And then I said something and he was all smiles and he got embarrassed that he was smiling. So he's like a little bit of a shy guy, but then he's like wanting to call back, and he's called in a few times now, like 3 times. And then on the 4th, he calls in and he has like a gas mask on. And I don't know why he had it on. But I think it's because like he might be a little shy and he doesn't want to, like, maybe he's like self-conscious, but he showed up with a gas mask. And as soon as he did that, I got my gladiator helmet and I put on my, oh. Well, yeah, Tay, we got the gladiator helmet. I'll bring it out next time. Because I feel like we probably have like 3 more rounds of exercises. And then, you know, we might call it a little early. So I can just go do my burpees, make the video, and then get on with my life. It's crazy, man. Like I'm a big fan of having checklists, and right now I have a checklist for the social media that I'm posting, and I have to do like 7 things every day. 7 things. It's like I got to upload on this account, on that account, on TikTok, on this, on that. And I'm gonna see if there's like a service where I can just push it to all of them. I'm sure there is, because right now it's just like that alone. It's like, I don't know, like probably 15 minutes, and it's just like, but I usually take like 30 minutes because I procrastinate. When I sit down to do it, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Yeah, guys, but this video, all right, so check it out. I'm checking the latest numbers. So the video has 185,000 on TikTok, and I only have 100 followers. I just started my TikTok like really recently, so I don't really have a lot of followers on TikTok. I should probably post about that on YouTube so I can get some of my YouTube people following me there. And then I have on Instagram. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Oh, it looks like the video's slowing down a little bit. I mean, it's still growing, but the trajectory is changing a little bit. See that? You see that curve? There you go. That's 72 hours. So it goes from 0 to 684 views. 684,338 views. Guys. Oh, actually, guys, for you guys that are here, give me some honest feedback on the live stream times, because you know, in the early days we were just kind of like playing around with different days, and some days were like super hot. They were super hot, but I ended up settling on Friday because I feel like this is a good alternative to like wrapping up your week and not feeling like you have to go out and drink and party and this and that. And don't get me wrong, like I still do that. I don't really do that much. I don't really drink that much anymore. I used to drink a lot more. I used to be like partying it up in Hollywood when in my first job out of college. I'm like, oh, I have money. I got to go spend all this money. And I would just be in Hollywood partying it up like 3 times a week. I don't do that anymore. So I wanted to give people just like an excuse of like, hey, maybe I hang out. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have to go and get smashed. Maybe I could just like chill with some people, see some friendly faces, do some exercises. And that's why I chose Friday, but Friday may not be the best time, I'm guessing, for a lot of people. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Should we keep it on Fridays? Or do you guys want to do some other days? Do you guys want to experiment like with midweek? All right, as you guys are thinking about that, I think this wheel is broken, guys. I think it already spun. All right, push-ups. We're doing push-ups, guys. Doing push-ups. How many push-ups are we doing? All right, let's get our random number generator here. We are gonna do, bam. All right, we're getting a low number, so that's good, right? Because every time we get a low number, I give you guys advanced options. So check it out, guys. So we have options here for everybody. So we're doing push-ups, that's the exercise. We're doing 3, that's the number for the group. If you're a beginner, you do 3 times 1, you do 3. If you're intermediate, you do 3 times 3, that's 9. If you're doing expert, you're 3 times 5, that's 15. And then because it's a low number, I'm gonna give you guys some potential options, advanced options, because some of you guys are overachievers. But let me just show you the quick demo of the push-up. Wide arm push-up is hands below your shoulders, holding a plank position like so. Let me try to get my full body. Yep. You don't want to sag your hips. You don't want to have your hips high. You just kind of want to keep them in a straight line. You go down, you go up. That's full range of motion. If you get tired, go to your knees, cross your ankles, finish them off like this. If you get tired doing them on your knees, you just stand up against the wall. Hopefully you can see my lower body. So you're standing against the wall that's right here. You take a step back and you just kind of like lean into the wall. Bam, 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 bam. That's it, guys. So those are the demos. Let me give 2 advanced options. Some of you guys already know what's coming, but let me give you one that's really gonna burn your chest. We're gonna do the diamond Dallas Page push-ups. Basically, you do like a diamond shape like this. You put it underneath your, essentially between your breasts. You know, like that little part. That's where you want to keep it. All right, and then basically you get in your plank position. You go down and you push up, down, up. These are called diamond push-ups. And then another push-up you can do. These are only advanced versions, guys, like super advanced versions. The other one is you can do Sphinx. So in Sphinx, you're kind of in a elbow plank position. You have your hands facing down, pointing forward, and then you just basically extend your elbows up, down, up, down. This is really good for tricep engagement. Nice. All right, let's get back here. Yeah, I think, you know what, guys, I think you guys are onto something. Maybe what I'll do, I think I have an idea, guys. Maybe after I get back from, I might be doing a road trip where I do push-ups around the US, basically driving across country, doing push-ups everywhere, anywhere people want to have me, especially if they're like big landmarks like Grand Canyon, things like that. That would be really cool. And I have a Jeep, so it's pretty cool because it'll just be like camping and road tripping and maybe seeing some friends. I got a lot of friends across the country. Maybe I'll be stopping in a city near you and we could do a little meetup, like a little push-up meetup. You guys can join me on my challenge. So that might happen next week, actually. So if I do it, it's gonna happen next week. And so what I think I'll do is maybe when I get back, I will dedicate myself to live streaming every day. And I'll live stream every day for maybe like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Maybe I'll even do twice a day. And then we'll see where the critical mass is. We'll see like where the interest is. We'll see where people like show up and are kind of vibing and liking. But also like when you do different times, sometimes it's like India gets very involved. And well, if you're live streaming when India is asleep, then they're not gonna show up, right? So that's the other thing. So yeah, I think Tay, you got me thinking. I think that's gonna be the plan. I think the plan is gonna be, I'll do my little road show for 2 weeks. And then when I get back, I will dedicate myself to just live streaming every day, twice a day. And that way I can also experiment with the format because like this format, it's awesome for just like chilling. It's like Q&A. We talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We get updates from you guys because you guys, I love it when you guys share your updates on like how you guys are doing, how you guys are bettering yourselves, what are the challenges that you're facing. Or like Kevin earlier who super chatted me, he was talking about bringing out the pull-up bar and like should I talk to my wife about it if I put it in the living room? And I gave him some ideas on how to involve his wife with pull-ups. So I think this is cool for knowledge sharing, but some people just want like let's get in the dungeon and let's just work out. So I think I'm gonna start bringing you guys into my world for that stuff because when I get after it, guys, like I get after it. And it's less production. You don't see like the Goggins video here on the side. And that one's just gonna be more like, hey, this is what I'm doing. You can follow along if you want. If not, whatever, just watch, whatever. So maybe I'll do that, which is like 45 minutes of like a HIIT type of workout, only like body weight type of deal, jumping lunges, burpees, jumping jacks, push-ups, squats, things like that. So yeah, so let me give that some thought. And then because people want this, and I think it's like sometimes people, like the feedback that I've gotten is like people don't know like when to show up, how to set up notifications. We were getting really regular on the Fridays, and so people were showing up, like a lot of the regulars, and then on Sundays the same thing. But yeah, man, I think I'm just gonna go. The dungeon. I do the dungeon to myself. Is that where you do the 5x30? Are we giving marriage advice now? Oh, I see. Guys, there's a lot of levels to do hard things, man. And I have to be a lot of things to a lot of people. The message is very consistent. It's very consistent with like, okay, all right. So a lot of different levels to do hard things, but the message, the underlying message, it's the same. It's like, show up every day, do something hard every day. Get 1% better every day. And then grow over time. Did I say that right? All right, so let me start from the beginning. All right, so there's a lot of different levels to do hard things. A lot of different levels, a lot of different languages. But the foundation is very consistent. It's you do something hard every day. So you show up and you lean into the hard things every single day. You try to get 1% better, not 1,000%, not you came off this live stream, you're super amped, now you want to go run 10 miles. No, it's like just 1% better. And then the biggest, most important element is you just do it for a long time. Like that's it. That's the consistent message. But, you know, like if I'm talking to someone who's just starting their fitness journey and I bring them into a dungeon type of workout, if I bring Bottom G into the dungeon, like he might get a little scared and he might get a little turned off. And that's why I landed with this kind of hybrid kind of live stream where the OGs, the regulars, they got something to do. They feel like they're a part of something, but then we're also inviting a lot of new people on their fitness journey, on their mental daily discipline journey. And that's why I kind of settled in on this. But now that I'm kind of rethinking this, I think we're gonna have just different levels, and I don't know how I communicate that, but basically I get after it every single day, and it would be awesome for those people that wanna meet me at that level to be able to participate in that as well. Like maybe I live stream when I do my push-ups, my daily push-ups, and maybe some of you guys want to play along and say like, oh, can I do 12 minutes of push-ups with Rich? Maybe I can't hit the number that he's hitting, or maybe can I do like sets of 10 at a time and let's see if I can keep up with this time. No, we can't play his song. We can't play his song because my video gets flagged because it's copyright material. It's a great song, but I can't do it. It creates too much of a mess. The video in the corner, that's Goggins. Check it out. Let me turn it up a little bit. Yo, EKM, what's up, man? You're back. Yeah, guys, this here is Akira the Don. He's a DJ. He's a pretty interesting guy. He mixes in like powerful speeches, motivational type of talks, and he mixes it to music and cool visuals. He calls it meaning wave, like things that have meaning. I'm a big fan. It's usually what I have in my AirPods when I'm working out at a gym. And I like to play it in the background. Right now I turned it up just so you guys can hear Goggins, the man himself, speak.
Got my head black, fucking not smart enough, single mom, all that bullshit on face in my head.
That's it, man. You know, it's funny, I was planking today. My community planks are just guys from New York who just joined. They're just like, they just joined. I think they joined because the ladies were planking and they're like, oh, we're just visiting. And they're just like, you know, I think they were like trying to get in there, but it's cool, man. The guy came in, he's like super cool. And then he's like, oh, hey, what's your social? What's your social? I need to follow you. And then he kind of like, I told him and he went off with his friends. And then he just yells at me. He's like, yo, Goggins. Because one of my main pictures on my profile is when I ran with Goggins. Like I've actually ran with the guy. Yo, EKM, you made it to 40 subscribers, man. Congratulations. You know, this whole thing about social media, it's just like the way that I see it is our timer up? Guys, we got to do some exercises. The way that I see it is it's just a way, you got to be very patient. Because the way that I see it is like, I can't get too frustrated that I'm not at 100,000. These things take time, but eventually I'm gonna find my people. And in a world of 8 billion people, there's a lot of people that gravitate to my message. There's a lot of people that could benefit from following me, following my content, hearing my message consistently in their ear every day. But it's a process, and we just hit 26,000 on YouTube. and we hit 12,000, maybe 13,000 on Instagram. And I'm starting on TikTok. And TikTok, we'll see how that goes, but I'm liking it. I also started on X yesterday. Someone advised me that I should jump on X. That's awesome. Cool. All right, guys, we are doing push-ups. Guys, you know what? I think this might be the last round. So if you're on the fence on participating, I would absolutely jump in right now. And just to make it fun, guys, just to make it fun, the random number just is 7. I don't know what happened, guys. The random. What's up, Priyanka? What's going on? The random number is 7, guys. So you know how this works, right? So the exercise is push-ups. The number that we all have is 7. So if you're a beginner, you're doing. I don't know, Robbie. Is this a joke? Where's the punchline? I posted the video of me getting kicked off the pier as my first video on X, because I feel like once the algorithm picks it up, it'll give me some attention, and it'll start the conversation with my potential Twitter audience, my potential X audience. All right, guys, we're doing push-ups. The number is 7 for everyone. If you're a beginner, you look at this column, you do 7. So 7 times 1, that's 7. 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 5, 35. I'll give you a quick demo, but then everybody in the room would love for you guys to do your push-ups as well. This is the last round, just because I would like to just go do my burpees, edit the video, post it, and then get on with my Friday nights. So let's do that. And then we'll do some Q&A, we'll give some plugs, and then we'll call it a night. All right, so check it out, guys. Dude, show your muscles. How, you know, Priyanka, how are you gonna ask me to do that and not even like super chat me? I'm just messing with you. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you the push-up again for Priyanka. All right, so this is a push-up. You hold yourself up in a plank position. You have your hands a little wider than your shoulders, and then you kind of come down where you're 2 or 3 inches off the ground, and you push back up. You want to make sure that your shoulders, your elbows are not like this, and they're not like this. You want them out like this, probably like 10 degrees from your lats, 10 degrees from the side of your body. If you're doing your push-ups and you get tired, drop to your knees, cross your ankles, so you're kind of like in this 5x30 move, and you finish them off like this. 1, 2, 3. If you still get tired and you don't think you can finish, then what you do is you stand up against a wall. Here's the wall. You take a step back, and then you kind of just lean into it and push. These are totally acceptable, so get them done. Oh, I see. I see what you're asking. I see what you're asking. Okay. I thought you were asking what type of content would I post on Twitter or X versus like an Instagram or a YouTube. And that question, I was going to answer it by saying like things that are more like thought leaderships, things that are a little bit more like shareable, things that are like based on motivation, based on things like some frameworks like Pareto. Like I would probably tweet about Pareto, which is a very powerful principle. I would probably tweet about some of my frameworks for getting organized and getting after it every single day. I would probably share some templates, things like that. I think that's like the content I would put. And every once in a while, I would probably like cross post like an impressive video so that people remember that I get after it every single day, right? So like maybe a milestone of like, oh, I'm doing 1,000 push-ups now every day, or when I hit 500, maybe I'll post that, you know, like that type of deal. Yeah, man. Priyanka, welcome, man. Welcome. You're never too young. We actually have someone who's a regular who's younger than you, and she's like doing a lot of push-ups, doing a lot of pull-ups, doing a lot of planking. So you're never too young. If you want to see my muscles, just go check out some of my videos. I have a lot of muscle videos out there. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh man. All right, like really quickly here, let me go through a few things. So we already talked about this community, guys. If you're interested in a 50-day challenge, this is a good one. Really good feedback coming from the people that are participating. So it's up there. It's also linked on my Instagram profile if you just want to go quickly click there. Also on Instagram, if you just send me the message first 50, I will send you an automated message that has all the information that you need. I'm doing a burpee challenge. I'm doing a push-up challenge. I'm also doing a good thing every day. I haven't posted for about a week, so I feel really bad about that, but I have a catch-up post where I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did on those days that I didn't post. And then moving forward, I'll be better about actually posting the thing on the day of. Like yesterday, I was at the yoga studio. Some girl dropped her wallet. Somebody turned it in. Of course, they're very good there. So they were gonna keep it at the back, at the front desk, protected. I'm like, what if she needs it? And then someone looked in and they saw the name. And so literally I ran out. I ran out to the street and I started yelling her name and I found her. So that was my good deed. Like I flagged this girl. I'm like, hey, your wallet. And she's like, oh my gosh, I really need that right now. So it was a good thing. It was a good deed that I did. And if I wasn't doing this daily good, I may have not have done that, right? Because I'm like, oh, the wallet will be safe. She'll come back, blah, blah, blah. But no, every day I'm like actively looking for opportunities to do good in the world. At least one thing a day. So, and then lastly, big shout out to fire.cx. These guys have been an awesome sponsor. These guys have been leveling up my live streams. They've connected me to like industry experts, guys that know what they're doing. So it's because of them that we're really leveling up the live streams. We're leveling up a lot of things across like the entire channel, you know, the quality of editing, the concepts, the collaborations that are coming down. So shout out to fire.cx. You guys want to learn more? That's the URL right there. And what else? What else? Oh, I see. Prince. All right, Prince. Well, if you subscribe me on your mom's account, I think she might be very happy with the content as well. What do you think, Robbie? Do you think Prince's mom would be happy with Do Hard Things content? I think so. Oh, man. Guys, we're for everyone, man. We're for boys, we're for girls, we're for men, we're for ladies, we're for grandmas. We are for everyone. The rules still apply. Do something hard every day. Get 1% better every single time. Do it for a long time. That's it. Those are the principles that we talk about. Those are the principles that we talk about on the Do Hard Things channel. Like, that's it. All right, guys. So definitely hit that subscribe button. We're growing. This is a rocket ship. I'm glad that you guys are a part of it, and it's only going to get better. And again, if you guys want to participate in any of the stuff that I do, send me a DM on Instagram. Share my stuff. I really appreciate when you guys engage with my content, when you guys share my videos. I put a lot of effort, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into my content. So I hope you guys are getting a lot of value from it. No, I did not know that. All right, guys. Hey guys. So that is the live stream. Let's give it like another 30 seconds. Maybe you guys have like a question, or maybe you guys have an update. There's a question of whether I'm Asian. No, I am Latino. I hope you know what that means. Dude, okay, this is weird. This is weird because I saw a message pop up on the stream, but it's not popping up in the chat. I think it might have gotten filtered out by YouTube. But no, I'm not Asian. I am Latino, but I'm American. America's where I was born, and I'm an American guy. Cool. All right, guys. I think. Oh, get out of here! Get out of here! Really? I didn't know that. That's cool. That's cool trivia. That is cool. Well, I mean, a lot of people in the live streams when I was doing the pull-ups, people would call me Elon Musk. They would say that I was like Elon Buff, like the buff version of Elon Musk. Oh man. All right, guys. So I think that's it. It seems like things are winding down, but again, guys, very simple message. Do something hard every day. Get 1% better every single time, and then just do it for a long time. Trust the process. If you do things long enough, you're gonna be doing exceptional things. It's not gonna be overnight. It's not gonna be in 30 days. It's not gonna be a 45 days abs. It's gonna take like 5 or 6 months for you guys to start seeing the changes in your body, in your mindset, in your resiliency, and all of that. You subscribed in 2024? Let's go. Shout out to you. Yeah, you're one of the, man, soon we're gonna have to call you guys the OGs. Right now, the OGs in my head are people like Robbie, people like Tay-Tay, people like Wilson. We haven't seen Wilson in a long time. I hope everything's good with him. But yeah, guys. All right. On that note, thank you guys for subscribing. Thanks, guys, for joining. Thanks for participating in our little exercises. And keep on showing up, guys. So I told you my plan. I might go on this little road trip so I can do push-ups across the country. And then when I get back, we'll be doing live streaming every day. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, it's going to be epic. It's going to be awesome. You subbed. Oh, man. All right, guys. Love you guys. I'm going to end the live stream.